Hello, I'm Daniel Meyer, Artistic Director of the Westmoreland Symphony, and it is a great pleasure to welcome back Maxim Lando, pianist extraordinaire who's making, believe it or not, his fourth performance with the Westmoreland Symphony. We love having you, Maxim, and this is why it's number four. I hope it's four of like 24, you know?
Oh, I could not agree more with that, Daniel. I am so excited to get to be here for the fourth time. I mean, every single time is so special and so unique in different ways. I mean, we were just talking about how the one of the times that we performed together was right before the world shut down for COVID. I mean, I know it goes without, being said, but there is nothing like live music, and there's nothing like getting to play in front of live crowds, especially the crowd at Westmoreland. I mean, it's just you can feel their energy literally shaking through the seats. So
That's what's so great about playing at the Palace is that we're so close to the audience, and it's a relatively intimate space, even though it seats a fair number of people. But the acoustics are so nice; you really feel like you're in the same room with the performers, and they get to see your finger work up close and personal. Tell us a little bit about this particular piece, the Saint-Saëns Second. It starts rather seriously, doesn't it? Almost like an homage to Bach. There's this wonderful counterpoint that kind of emerges, but then it becomes a much more fun piece.
it does, it does. That's actually interesting. That introduction that sets the whole piece up. It's piano only before the orchestra comes in for what, like a solid 2 minutes of just the piano cadenzas. Exactly what you're saying. I mean, it starts out on this almost somber note. This G minor, pedal point chord in the bass that I mean, it almost acts like an organ in a way. It just emulsifies the entire sound, kind of shows you, okay, this is what you might be expecting later on. And pretty quickly, I mean, the piano just goes crazy, with nonstop scales, arpeggios, leaps. I mean, you name it, it has kind of everything in it. I think, in my opinion, one of the best musical moments that I can think of in any concerto is when the orchestra finally hits that G minor chord and sustains the heck out of it after the piano. I just think that that's one of the most awesome musical moments. Period.
Absolutely. And for me, it's like this amazing mixture of late romanticism. So you get all the great harmonies and you get the sensuality of the orchestra playing along with the piano and the beautiful colors, the brilliant colors. But it's also kind of a harkening back to the Baroque period with all that very serious counterpoint. And like you say, almost like organ writing there at the beginning. It's really interesting how he piles one note on top of the next in terms of just creating arpeggios and these great sonics in the piece. And then I don't know. There's like a little bit of Moulin Rouge in this piece too. I mean, there's a real frivolity in some cases where it almost sounds like it's a kick line. The dance rhythms are really fun, and it kind of swirls around itself. It's kind of like Saint-Saëns giving a little tour of Paris, or at least the way that he experienced it.
Oh, it's so true. It really is, especially as the piece dives on. I mean, that the whole second movement is like being at a carnival. It's like you're going on a carnival ride, and okay, this is one ride and amusement, and this is something else. And I mean, it's such a dizzying array of sounds, textures, colors, kind of coming at you from all different angles. I think that's what makes the piece such a blast to play. And then of course when you start the last movement, it's just chaos from the very start of it. You have those those
Yeah.
constant runs that's back and forth between the piano and orchestra.
Well, we're really excited that you're coming back to Westmoreland. I think this is kind of a perfect piece for you because you have those capabilities. You have that really wonderful ability to let the instrument sing, but also you've got the chops that Saint-Saëns writes into the piece, really to kind of give it all that rhythmic interest and all that wonderful contrapuntal, voice against voice and hand against hand and piano against orchestra. So that's all happening at the same time, and I think you've got all the skill to pull it off. Well, Maxime, I want to thank you for your time. It's just an absolute joy to get a chance to talk to you and connect before we get to make music again. We're just thrilled that you're coming back and sharing the stage. This is for your fourth time. You're kind of a hometown hero now for us with the Westmoreland Symphony, and I hope it's one of many more very happy collaborations.
Oh, I'm so looking forward, Daniel, to everything, to working with you again, as always. It's one of the highlights, genuinely. I think that it's so amazing to get to feed off of each other, and especially for a piece as amazing as this, it's just such a joy. I'm so excited to come back. Thank you
Wonderful.
for having me.
Oh, it was a pleasure. Maxim Lando, pianist, and I'm Daniel Meyer, artistic director of the Westmoreland Symphony. And we'll look forward to seeing you at the Palace Theater on Saturday night.